Ofori.
This is an interview that's long overdue. We've been trying to get him in studio. I know that you pop into Durban quite frequently for gigs. And of course, this is home for you.
Yep.
And for many of you, the big voice is very familiar, having started his career right here in KZN. Spent some time in radio. When I say some time, over 33 years in radio, 3 decades of a voice, 3 decades of your TV personality coming across on different shows, from Studio Mix, also doing 50-50 or 50-50. Right? And so much more. The legend himself, Kenny Maistry today, but the first time I ever encountered you, you had no hair and you were kick-ass Kenny. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right? And here you are, full circle in KZN. Here you are, 33 years. What's this ride been like for you, this broadcasting television ride? What has it been like for you?
Well, it started actually as a listener to Springbok Radio, growing up back in the 70s in Northdale, Pietermaritzburg. That's where I was born and raised. School there as well. Went to Woodland Secondary School.
Yeah.
And my mum loved radio. In fact, I think my voice as well and my passion for music I get from my mum rather than my dad.
Right.
My dad was more of a good Christian. My mum was the party animal.
Yeah, that's me. I think my kids will say the same.
So, yeah.
Right.
And we had a thing called, I think, International Youth Day back in 84. I was in high school at the time. I didn't know how to mix with vinyls and stuff, so we had like a mobile DJ there, Star, and I was doing the announcing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the radio bug bit.
Yeah.
So I decided to call myself Dr. Cool Cat K.
I love it.
But remember, it was like, WKRP in Cincinnati was on TV.
Right.
You had Venus Flytrap. You had, Dr. Johnny Fever. And if you wanted to be a DJ, you had to be calling yourself a doctor.
Right. And you could be a DJ.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I love him.
The musical doctor. So that's where I think the passion was ignited. And then going to UDW, now called UKZN in Westville campus, Autox Radio, which is defunct. That's where it all really started getting, galvanizing that experience. So actually it's been 38 years of radio as a whole, but 33 in commercial radio. And I think my passion for South African music grew there. And, being on a revolutionary campus like UDW, we were known for our boycotting and toy-toying and progressive culture as well. So, we had the alternative to the Grahamstown culture, which was very Eurocentric at the time, given, the era of apartheid. And we were doing the alternative protest culture, protest theatre. Guys like Ronnie Governor would come and, do productions at the Ahsoka Theatre at UDW. So, that experience together with Autox Radio, we were playing Bayete, Sankamota, we were playing the Tananas, Steve Newman and the Tananas, Bright Blue, Stimela, and that's where I really got to enjoy South African music.
Yeah.
And if you look back at that era of music, funny enough, I do play it on my show in Joburg on 702.
Yeah.
It sort of takes me back to my campus radio days.
Yeah. It's funny how even for myself, I grew up listening to you.
Yeah.
And that's not to make you sound older, because if you told someone you were 38 years, never. The way you look, you'd say 38 years in the business. And one iconic thing I remember about you, firstly, was your voice. I think radio, the big thing, for me growing up was that radio strong, commanding voice.
The bras in the hood would say, he got one panty dropper voice. Man, what kind of...
That's the one. And then you introduced us to the term Mafuta Jams, that now it's used colloquially for any hot SH track.
Yeah, so I mean, the passion for South African music started, and when I joined Capital Radio 604 in their South Beach Durban studios, bumped into Danny Gazzelli, who I heard for the very first time in those studios as a newborn baby, because Dave brought his son to the studio, or his wife brought him, and during Dave's show, and he interviewed his son, and I heard Danny gurgling, I was just telling him before I popped into your studio when we took a selfie that I heard your first radio moment, and he thought it was referring to East Coast radio. I'm like, no, bruh.
You and your nappy. You and your nappy, Danny.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. Now, you've also had a beautiful, illustrious TV career.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw you on the TV, as I mentioned, my first time seeing you was Bold on there doing Studio Mix, and I was like, hey man,
who's this guy?
I love this guy. I've been listening to him on the radio. Now I get to see him. It's like a moment. Today it's social media, you get to see people faster than that.
Sure.
What would you say was more, what would you say is more fun for you? Is it radio or is it TV, and what are the differences for you?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think live radio, there's nothing more magical about broadcasting than live radio. So if I had to do TV, I'd prefer to do live TV. But I don't think I answered your question properly regarding the Mafuta Jam.
Yes.
So when I was at Capital, the appreciation for Kwaito, started. And we were the first cats to be playing TKZ, Gwelinganga, which was even before Palafala.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know there was one before Palafala.
There was an EP of 4 tracks.
Okay.
Arthur dropped that K-word song of his.
Yes, I remember that song.
And then we were playing Brenda, Amajen, Senyaka, and all of that. So me going to Metro FM after Capital closed in 96, it was a shock to the system for the Metro FM jocks because they were more into R&B and hip-hop. And here comes this Indian dude from KZN playing the Mafuta jams, as he called it.
Yes.
It was actually my mum who helped me coin that term. So Kwaito didn't have a positive brand image, because Kwaito, Kwai owns, it was referring to gangster music.
Right.
Kind of like gangster rap had that negative image.
Right.
So I thought, okay, let me South Africanize this because, it makes sense because we are South African, but we're following the hip-hop culture. So I thought, okay, what can we use for Pretty Hot and Tempting, which was the term back then, fat jams.
Right.
And I thought, hey, fat, I can play on that, use a bit of creative license. Stutla was just not, didn't have that ring.
Yeah.
So my mother said, how about Mafuta? And it's easy, Mafuta, so in terms of the breaking it down into syllables. And I think for, our lesser brown folk in South Africa, it's easier to pronounce.
Mafuta jams.
So
I got you. Kenny Maistry in the building with over 38 years, we're learning, broadcasting experience. We know him. He's a DJ, MC, powerhouse on the radio, been on our TV stations, TV shows, done so much. And I mean, you even have a part, which is the song Buhle, where Deleuze gives a shout out to Kenny.
Eyes on me.
Yes, all eyes on me, aka and Dalez and the crew, all those young guys.
And who can forget kick-ass Kenny Maistry, baby?
Right.
Because now we're in the mainstream.
I love it. You even know the lyrics. I mean, that just tells you how iconic you are in the space of broadcasting.
They say what you've arrived when you are immortalized in the lyrics of songs and hip hop songs in the culture.
And look at you, you got it. All eyes on me. You in the song. AKA was singing about you and your talents, and I've been wanting to give you your flowers on this platform because myself as a broadcaster.
It was his producer JR who actually suggested my name.
Oh, really?
AKA obviously was a little younger, and JR was producing the track, but JR used to listen to me. After school is after school.
After school is after school,
and when I did 12 to 3 on Metro FM with the Mafuta jams, if you wanted to hear the latest Kwaito music, you knew. After school, you tuned in to Kick-Ass Kenny.
Yes.
So he was a fan and a listener from back in the day. So they thought as a giveaway at the end of the track, like DJ Russell the Love Muscle, who passed away recently as well, Grant Chakwana, Shibabatu, Shibabu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's good, it's Grant. So they decided to do that for the OGs. And how my name got thrown in there, I don't know, but I'm thankful and I'm grateful and I was humbled.
Yeah, humbled. And I'm sure in 2023, when you were inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame at the Radio Awards, that must have been humbling as well.
Honestly, I was surprised because I'd given up.
Yeah.
I mean, people who were in the industry for 8 to 10 years were getting inducted, and it's like year after year, nothing. So, you get to a point where you ask yourself, is winning an award, is getting that kind of acknowledgement so important? Does it, yes, it's flattering and it's a huge compliment, but does it define who you are as a broadcaster or as a talent?
Yeah.
Do you need that affirmation?
Yeah.
Or do you not believe in your own worth?
Yeah.
And for me, the greatest affirmation comes from my listeners, and I'm blessed to have listeners from 5 to 85. More importantly, and this is why I believe God has blessed me with this talent, is to bring people together, South Africans and people of other countries. I mean, I've got worldwide listeners, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Botswana. I've got listeners in New Zealand, America, Canada, the UK. So it's just amazing how radio is so good at connecting people.
Yeah.
And barriers can be broken down through music, and that's what I discovered when I was on campus, because we were at a traditional Indian university, UDW, and it was transforming into a South African university, and de facto it meant becoming a majority black African university, given the fact that we live in Africa and in South Africa. But music brought us together.
That's it.
The rhythm and the vibe. And, even if you don't understand language, I mean, if you look at Latino house in the early 2000s, how it exploded in South Africa. I mean, we don't know Spanish.
But we're dancing.
But we were feeling the groove. The groove was there.
It was there.
The bass was there.
It was there.
Yeah.
Listen, Kenny, you're a girl dad. Very proud girl dad.
Hey, young ladies, don't say girls.
They're young ladies now. They're young ladies.
Mid-20s.
What's it been like being a dad to the girls in the mid-20s now?
Obviously challenging. I don't talk about this often, but yes, I am a single dad. And, the divorce went through in 2018. And thankfully, it didn't get splurged on the newspapers like Zwei and Melanie's divorce or Unati and Bad Boy Thomas. So I was very thankful for, that not becoming public consumption. And really, it is a private matter between a couple. Yes, marriages do fail, but it doesn't make you a failure. But in that, you realize what is your role and purpose? Because, yes, the divorce may go through, a marriage may be over, but you still have the responsibility to be a parent, to be a dad in my case, or a mom, if you're a woman. And I embraced that. I mean, I embraced it from the time my kids were born. So it's not like I had to put on a switch and say, okay, I need to be a dad. It was merely a continuation of being a father, a very present father, by the way, and very hands-on. And, school projects, I got quite a few distinctions.
Yeah. I love that.
Yes.
I love it. No,
but, I'm the kind of father who my younger one, Jordan, who's now graduating in May, she did interior design through Vega. And even Shannon, my older one, who graduated last year with a B admin degree. I am the kind of father who will go dress shopping with my girls. And they appreciate my feedback because it's constructive. And, I'm patient, I'm understanding. And, I have an appreciation for visuals. So, it's like they know they're going to get authentic responses from me.
Yeah.
They enjoy my cooking and, I'm trying to get them in the kitchen as well. And they're starting to cook. So it's been interesting because I think too many people think, okay, I've gotten divorced, therefore my life has come to an end. And it's just, it's a rejig and a reset.
Thank you for that. I think you've given someone advice who's going through a divorce right now.
There's life after divorce, guys.
There's life after divorce. But on the words of Kenny Maistry, I wish I could chat forever, Kenny, but you know how radio goes. I've got all those green things to get through and some music. I pay the bills.
On East Coast Radio.
There we go. Kick-ass
KZN's number one, baby. Yeah.
Carol Ofori, KZN's number one hit music station, East Coast Radio.